Good evening and welcome to Hibiscus Sports Complex on the Harry Haxton Court as we bring you live QBL Round 11 action between your Southwest Metro Pirates and the Sunshine Coast Pheonix. My name is Regan Baker. I'm joined in the box by Nothing But Net Media's John Guarna. John, what an exciting game we've got here for us tonight.
It's going to be a great game tonight. The Pheonix are, to me, one of the more exciting young teams in the competition. Their record doesn't really reflect the talent that they have. And Southwest is also really moving in the right direction. They were able to pick up a few wins in a row. Unfortunately, they dropped their last game, but again, very talented team. And I'm going to be looking at Jared Bairstow. He's been a big loss for them this season. He had a great year last year. Was one of the key factors of them making the finals. Obviously, been battling a bit of injury. He came back, then missed the game, and now he's going to be back playing again tonight. So really going to be looking to see what Bairstow could bring to the table. And Tanner McGrew comes off a huge game where he won Player of the Week, so it should be a great one tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as we were talking about before the game, Johnny, as well, I mean, we got a lot of NBL talent here in the game tonight. I mean, you got Jared Bairstow, development player for the Brisbane Bullets. You got Tanner McGrew, who's been training with the Bullets, and then over on the Sunshine Coast Pheonix as well. I mean, you've got Matty Kenyon as well. So, like, this field is just absolutely littered with NBL talent.
Yeah, well, Verl Williams Jr. also is looking to get a development spot. He did train with the Adelaide 36ers. He's going to be doing that again, but I think he's looking to get that official development spot. So, yes, there is a lot of talent on the floor. You got Tom Fullerton from the Sunshine Coast Pheonix. You got Jeremy Hill, who also played in the NBL with the Sydney Kings. So a lot of talent on the floor tonight. But the reality is that both of these teams need a win in the worst way. We mentioned it in the girls' game. We only have about 4 more rounds to go before finals. At the moment, both of these teams are struggling for finals positioning.
Yeah, definitely so. Both teams having a little bit of a struggle, which, as you sort of said in particular for the Sunshine Coast Pheonix, John, I mean, the talent that we have on the floor is not really reciprocated in terms of the actual ladder itself. I mean, we've got some amazing players out here tonight, and this will be an incredibly competitive game. So despite the fact that neither team's on top of the ladder, they both could be there.
Yeah, I mean, the Pheonix at the moment are with a record of 3-8. They sit in the 11th spot. They're probably about 2 games out of a finals position. And again, like we said, the season's running out, so if they're going to make a move, they really need to make a move, and it would be a huge help for them if they could get a win over the Pirates tonight. Pirates at the moment sit in 7th spot, but it's a tenuous 7th spot. Their record at 5-5. They're just half a game over the Brisbane Spartans, who sit at in the 8th spot with a 5-6 record. Rockhampton, who the Pirates lost to last week, are at 5-7, but they're getting it together. So Pirates need a win really badly here tonight too, leading us to a great game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about to tip off here. As you said, it's going to be a really exciting game of basketball tonight. I mean, I always love coming out and watching Tanner McGrew. I mean, you've got QBL Player of the Year last year, Player of the Week last week. I mean, it's really great to see Jared Bairstow back out on the floor as well. I mean, the Pirates have been really missing him over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and Will Sinclair, I want to give him a shout-out. He had a great game for the Pirates last week. He doesn't do a lot when you look at the box score, but he does a lot of the little things that you need a teammate to do to get a win.
As Pirates start really strong, but Tanner McGrew gets his pocket pick, going straight into the hands of Matty Kenyon, I think it is.
Yep, Kenyon has it. Now he'll fire a 3. That's off. Jeremy Hill can definitely shoot the ball from outside, so the Pirates' big men better make sure they pick him up from deep.
Verl Williams Jr. going strong on the inside, dishing out to Bairstow for the nice, easy 2 to open the game.
Yeah, great dish there from Verl Williams Jr. to Jared Bairstow. Nice finish, too, from Bairstow.
Yeah, coming out after, 3 or 4 weeks out of the competition. I mean, he'll be raring to go tonight. So let's see if he can't outscore his sister from the game before. I mean, Steph Bairstow had an absolute blinder of a game. I'm sure these two go home and have competitions as to who played better.
Yeah, the alley pass there from Kenyon to Hogan was a bit too strong, so it's a turnover there for Sunshine Coast. Verl Williams Jr. will inbound. You see the Pirates wearing the black armbands. We would like to send our condolences to Verl Williams Jr. and the Williams family in the passing of their grandmother. Hill has it now on the block, going straight up against McGrew. Donaldson shot blocked there by Will Sinclair.
Nice little behind-the-back pass going into the hands of Williams Jr. Vines just a little bit loose on the handles there. Couldn't quite get the shot away. Williams Jr. for a corner three, and that one goes in.
Yeah, it's a great look there by Verl Williams Jr. Can't say enough how he has developed that jump shot. I mean, he's become a very consistent shooter, and he's an offensive threat. Hogan answers with his own three-pointer, though. First points of the night for the Pheonix.
I mean, Williams Jr. being a young developmental player on the Southwest team, I mean, he's averaging 11 points a game in 28 minutes. So coming out of a 19-year-old player, I mean, that's really great stats to see. He's come such a long way since he started playing the QBL.
Now Kenyon going at the defense. They're going to get him for the offensive foul. Jared Bairstow picking up the charge call on Matty Kenyon. Coach Hesselhurst just picked up a warning from the referees. He didn't like the charge call.
Don't know what there wasn't to like, Johnny. It seemed pretty straightforward to me. I mean, Bairstow really putting his body on the line as well, especially considering he's only just come back from injury. I mean, that's a big risk to play.
Yeah, well, if he's going to, Bairstow, if he's going to step out on the floor, he's going to give it 110% every single time he's on the floor. So that's part of his role, and he does it well. Good dish inside. Sinclair finishes off the great pass there from Jared Bairstow.
Yeah, what an amazing teamwork from the Pirates. I mean, two super quick passes from the inbounds leads to a nice open two-point bucket.
It's a 9-3 lead here early for Southwest. Hogan loses the ball but recovers. Now Hill going right at the defense. He's fouled there by Will Sinclair. It's a good aggressive take there from Jeremy Hill. He'll go to the line for a couple shots. Hill comes into tonight averaging 15 points, just under 8 rebounds a game, to go along with 2 assists as well. Hill hits them both. So the lead is now 9-5 for Pirates. Kenyon nearly comes up with the steal. Goes out of bounds off of Verl Williams Jr. Fullerton has it for the Pheonix. Working around now. Back to Fullerton on the block this time. He's going up against Ryan Vines. He likes the matchup. Goes right at the captain. Spins baseline. He's fouled. That one's going to go on the captain, Ryan Vines, and Fullerton will go to the line for a couple shots.
Yeah, Vines not real happy with that one by the looks of it. Didn't agree with the hand checking call. And every time that hand goes on, especially if it's on his shot, I mean, that's going to get pinged every single time.
Yeah, and a good recognition there by Fullerton, recognizing that he had a much shorter Ryan Vines on him. Took him into the block, used his body and his height advantage to get a good look. He was fouled, so hit the first one. Second one's up. That's good as well. So it's now a 2-point lead for Southwest.
Bairstow powers down the court. Not looking to slow down as he goes straight to the line for 2.
Yeah, Bairstow was determined there, wasn't he? He just put his head down, just went straight through the paint, went right at the defense. That foul is going to go on Looked like it went on Matty Donaldson there, his first personal. 2 team fouls apiece, and Bairstow's at the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, I think not playing for a couple of weeks has really got Bairstow fired up. I mean, he just wants to get out there and do everything that he absolutely can to get his team across the line so they can stay in that high position. First free throw for Bairstow, not quite getting the roll that he would have wanted. And second one bounces out as well. None from 2 from Bairstow for the line.
Hey, you don't see that often. Jared Bairstow missing 2 free throw attempts. As Hogan kicks it out. Fullerton's going to fire a long one that's off. Kenyon, though, gets the long rebound.
Will Sinclair posting up nice and strong against...
Hill missed a reverse layup. He got himself a little too deep to try and pull off that reverse. Vines will fire a 3 that's off, and Fullerton comes down with it. A lot of contact there again. No foul call, though, but the ball went out of bounds off Bairstow.
Yeah, Bairstow really putting his body on the line again, just getting himself and getting in that front position so he doesn't come up with a foul.
Fullerton inbounds to Hogan. Hogan's going to stop and pop it short.
Yeah, with a very, very prominent Williams Jr. hand in the face on the shot as well.
Good dish inside, and McGrew's fouled hard there by Jeremy Hill. Good job by Captain Ryan Vines there, getting his feet in the paint, and then dishing inside for McGrew.
First one's good for McGrew. I mean, just look at these stats for McGrew as well. I mean, he's averaging 35 minutes a game, so barely even getting a rest. Averaging 21.8 and 12.3 rebounds. I mean, that's NBL quality basketball if I ever have seen anything in the QBL myself.
I think, I asked Dave Derwin about it last week in our coverage of the Pirates and Rockets as McGrew nearly comes up with the steal. There's the 8-second violation.
Great defense there from McGrew, just keeping the ball down the backcourt.
What hurts McGrew at the NBL level is, he's not uber athletic in an NBL system. And when you bring in an import, he's got to play as an import. You're expecting him to, you're expecting big production, and he can play in the NBL. That's not a question. It's whether he can produce in the NBL at an import level, and that's probably the question mark against him.
Yeah, especially when he's coming up against the likes of Torrey Craig as well. I mean, defensive player for the NBL last season.
Yeah.
I mean, Bullets did pull in some very, very big import names last year, so definitely a very hard position to, what we've always been saying is we just need to get more teams in the NBL. I mean, there's so much potential for an amazing competition, well, more amazing than it already is, because you see some of the talent we've got here in the QBL, and man, we could have some really strong teams coming into the NBL.
Yeah, well, the Bullets have already named their 3 imports, so unfortunately one of them is not Tanner McGrew. But while he's here playing with the Pirates, he's definitely going to continue to train with them, and why not? Test yourself against the highest level and the top talent in the country. Why not?
Yeah, definitely so. It was Pirates go 12-7 up, so leading by 5. Round about halfway through the first quarter here, Sunshine Coast with the ball.
And Breland Hogan has it now. C.J. Massengale. There's 5 on the shot clock. Hogan has to pull up, and jump shot is off. Bairstow has it against Massengale. Puts it on the deck, spins baseline. Layup is good. Timeout taken here by the Sunshine Coast Phoenix. Regan will take one as well. 4:39 to go in the first quarter. It's a 14-7 lead for the Pirates over the Phoenix.
back with you here from Hibiscus Sports Complex. 14-7 is the score as Southwest Metro takes on the Sunshine Coast Pheonix.
Here we see a couple of new faces on the floor. Tyrell Harrison, the young Bullets development player, checked in for Southwest Metro, and Toby Zarembas checked in for the Pheonix. Kenyon has it with 6 on the shot clock. Now Hill fires a deep one that's off.
Williams Jr. coming up with quite an easy rebound really as well. Not much competition going around for that one. Bairstow, nice look inside pass to McGrew. Kicks out to Vines. Risky behind the back pass. Back to McGrew, who takes the long 3.
Yeah, McGrew's always had the three-point shot, but he's been shooting it extremely well so far this season. He had a great game from beyond the arc last week when we had the game versus Rockets.
Yeah, he was sinking everything that he got.
Hogan goes behind his back. He's got 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Zaremba's forced to fire a deep 3, and he hits that one.
McGrew on the inside. Nice little spin around too.
Yeah, it's just a great push there by Verl Williams Jr., and he rewards his big guy, Tanner McGrew, for battling, getting down the court and getting great position inside.
Yeah, I mean, Williams Jr.'s biggest asset isn't even necessarily his scoring ability. I mean, it's his vision and it's his game smarts. I mean, he just has this uncanny knack for basketball, and he knows what is going to work and what isn't. So he can just look up the court and immediately know where the best options are. And you see it so often. He just constantly makes the right decisions. He'll barely ever get a turnover.
Few subs in. Southwest has Machado and Jake Allen check in for Bairstow and Verl Williams Jr. And Hayden Reed checks in for the Sunshine Coast Pheonix. CJ Massengale at the line for a couple shots after he was fouled there by Tyrell Harrison.
Massengale providing a very strong bench presence from the Pheonix as well. I mean, he's coming in from the bench, but he's still averaging 12 points and 6.5 rebounds a game, which is very, very strong for a first substitute in.
Yeah, and good job there by Coach Hesselhurst, bringing Massengale off the bench as McGrew hits another three-pointer. It's a 10-point lead here for Southwest.
Yeah, McGrew once again really on form tonight. I mean, I don't think he's missed a shot. I've got a feeling he's 3 from 3 field goals, 2 from 2 on the inside, and 2 from 2 threes. I don't think he's missed.
He's on fire. Kenyon hands it off. It's stripped there by McGrew. Massengale recovers, though. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Hill's jump shot is too strong. Vines will fire a 3 that rolls in and out. Massengale, great creativity, hands it off for Hill to finish with the roll. Good zone here from the Pheonix. Machado has it along the baseline, dumps it inside. It's nearly stolen. Now Vines has it. He's got to get a shot off with 1 second to go. He misses, gets his own rebound, puts it back up and in. Nice tenacity there from the captain, Ryan Vines.
Yeah, once again, Ryan Vines, another player with incredible basketball smarts. I mean, he's just got an eye for it. Goes inside, recognizes there's 1 second left on the shot clock, and is still smart enough to fight for his own rebound and get the putback.
Kenyon has it. It's pass tipped there by Tyrell Harrison. Hill recovers. He has to get a shot off. He does. But they're going to say it was a travel, actually. We thought there was a contact. I thought they were going to call a foul.
Yeah, Coach Hesselhurst definitely not happy about that one either. He's saying that there was a dribble made. Referee's adamant that it was a travel.
Vine's going to have a breather. Verl Williams Jr. checks back in. It's a 10-point lead here for Southwest. 24-14. We've got about a minute to go here in the first quarter. It's good. Pirates doing it from deep. They're 4 of 5 from the three-point land so far in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's almost like another repeat from last week, John. I mean, Southwest really performing from beyond the arc.
Massengale with the fancy finish and the foul. He flipped it up with the left hand. Got it to drop through the contact.
Yeah, a bit of a lucky fall there as well. Just went a little bit of a floater, managed to fall its way through, and he'll go for the line for another one as well. Free throw's no good, though. That one rolls out.
McGrew has it, skips it over to Machado. Wing 3 is up. It's too strong. Kenyon pulls down the rebound.
Oh, and they're going to get Machado for the breakaway on sportsmanlike foul as well. Just on the breakaway, just wrapping his arms around. I think it was Massengale that's going to get the shots here.
That's Hayden Reed, it looks like. Reed got...
Is it Reed?
Yep. That's just a young mistake there from young Machado.
Yeah, it doesn't matter on that breakaway play. It doesn't matter how hard the contact is. If he's the last man back and you touch him, it automatically gets upgraded to that unsportsmanlike foul.
Reed missed the free throw.
Reed thinking he only has the one.
Yeah.
There has been a fair amount of confusion about that ever since they reduced the technical foul free throw count from 2 to 1 and unsportsmanlike stayed at 2.
Well, Reed made 1 of 2. Now Sunshine Coast will have possession. 33 seconds to go in the first quarter. Pheonix down 10. Massengale again gets inside. Can't finish. And Allen came down with the rebound. Went out of bounds off of one of the Pheonix players. Southwest will be able to hold for the final shot of the quarter. McGrew's pass, though, is stolen. Hill kicks ahead for Kenyon. And they get Verl Williams Jr. for the foul call. Southwest in the penalty, so Kenyon's going to go to the line for a couple shots. Verl Williams Jr. did not like that call. He thought he got all ball. I think everyone in the arena thought that he got all ball, but nonetheless, it was a foul call.
Yeah, the Trip Bookie sponsors next to us definitely thought he got all ball as well. So bit of a hard call there for Williams Jr., but that's the way it is sometimes, unfortunately.
Kenyon hits the first one. It's Matt Kenyon's first points of the night. It's actually his first shots of the night, too. Verl Williams Jr. has it with 5 on the shot clock, the game clock, I should say. Allen's going to fire a wing 3. That's off. Southwest really wanted that one to fall, but nonetheless, it's the end of the first quarter, and Southwest has an 8-point lead, 27-19, Regan. Pretty good first quarter of action from both sides.
Yeah, not a bad start at all. I mean, probably not quite as high scoring as what I would have expected with some of the talent on the court, but both teams playing a really strong defensive game as well, really reducing the number of easy shots being taken. So, quite a good start to the game. I mean, in terms of Southwest, Tanner McGrew, once again, performing like never before, 12 points in the first quarter. He leads all scorers at the moment, and just what a performance he's been having. I mean, he hasn't missed a shot yet tonight. 2 from 2 from the three-point line, and 2 from 2 from the free throw, and made every layup as well. So it's not often that you get 100% in a quarter of basketball. Yeah,
well, Southwest as a whole is shooting the ball at 62% from the field, 57% from 3. The only place they're really struggling to shoot from is at the free throw line, where they're 3 of 6. You look at the Pheonix, they're being led by Jeremy Hill's got 4, and C.J. Maskell also has 4, but they're only shooting 30% from the field. 2 of 3 from 3 and 9 of 11 from the free throw line, so doing a pretty good job when they get to the free throw line.
Yeah, well, that makes the big difference. I mean, you're coming from Southwest with 67% from the field to 20% from Sunshine Coast. I mean, that makes all the difference. It doesn't sound like much on the scoreboard, but when you look at it that way, I mean, a 50% difference in terms of conversion is huge.
Sure is, Regan. I guess we'll keep it here.
Yeah, look, 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Didn't get a little bit of a rest, but that's all right. A lot of good basketball action coming up as well. So
It's going to be a very good second quarter of action. Pheonix, this is one of the things that the Pheonix have struggled with this season is scoring the ball. You would think with the talent they have out there that it would be a bit easier for them to score, because Breland Hogan can put the ball in the basket. C.J. Massengale can score. Jeremy Hill can score. I think where they're struggling is how they're getting their shots and where the shots are coming from.
Yeah, I think that's the big issue. And, I mean, 20% from the field as well. I mean, they're obviously not taking the right shots. They're either not taking them from the right location or they're taking them over, strong defense, and they're just not getting the easy opportunity, which is hugely impacting their bottom line.
So Pheonix come out with Zaremba, Reed, Kenyon, Massengale, and Hill. Southwest has McGrew, Williams Jr., Machado, Allen, and Gamble. There's Kenyon with it. Now Reed's pass is tipped by Verl Williams Jr. Gamble comes down with it. Machado's going to throw up the little teardrop. That's off. Zaremba going to fire another three. That's short. Hell with the offensive rebound. Massengale wide open for three. It's off, and then they're going to call an offensive foul inside on Toby Zaremba. Zaremba just banging inside. It's called for the pushing foul.
Yeah, it's not the foul you want when your teammate's about to drop a three. Southwest looking to capitalize, taking it nice and slow. Really good offense from the Pirates as well. I mean, they're taking their time and looking for the right opportunities, hence the really high conversion rate. That shot not quite as good, though. The air ball coming out of the hands of Jake Allen.
Verl Williams Jr. misses his attempt as well. He knocks it out of bounds. Bairstow checking back in for Jared Gamble.
Great defense there from Williams Jr., just getting himself in front.
Kenyon has it on the wing. They're working around now to Reed. His three-point attempt is up. It's short. Zaremba nearly had it. Williams Jr. comes down with it, and he's looking to run, as he always is. Good pass inside. Machado blocked by Kenyon.
I think Tanner McGrew going to come down with a push in the back as well on the rebound. Doesn't look real happy with the call.
Breland Hogan and Matt Donaldson going to check in for Hayden Reed and Toby Zaremba. 27-19 the lead here. 8:36 to go in the first half. Massengale throws it up for Kenyon. Good catch by Matt Kenyon. Hands off for Hill, who throws it in. Little teardropper there from Hill. Cuts the lead to 6. Machado goes inside for Allen, who can't finish. Donaldson tips it over to Hill. Here come the Pheonix. Kenyon dishes off for Hogan. Now a 4-point lead.
Comeback.
Get C.J. Massengale on the reach-in foul.
Yeah. Did not seem real impressed with that call at all, but I mean, I think Williams Jr. reaction said everything. I mean, there was clearly a lot of contact. Player coming at him from the front and from behind. Williams Jr. with a wing three. That bounces out.
Hill with a defensive rebound. His baseball pass, though, is nearly stolen. Kenyon, though, recovers it. Now Massengale goes right at the defense, and that's a charge. That's the second one that Bairstow has picked up.
Just getting perfect positioning is best. I mean, that's potentially could have been the third charge, because there was another situation early, probably about halfway through the first quarter, where he got taken down, but the ball rolled out of corner and went with it. I mean, he's just getting amazing positioning on the court. He's getting his feet in front. He's getting himself established. And I don't think Sunshine Coast expects a player of his size to be able to move with as much foot speed as he does.
Jake Allen travels But Bairstow saw that. I mean, you could see he was set up. He was there probably a good 2 to 3 seconds before the play even happened. He just saw it coming from a mile away. And that's just basketball smarts, but just being really, his great court awareness helps him out there as well. Hill hands off for Massengale. He's going to fire the three. That's good. The lead is cut to 1.
They've called that one a deep 2, so it's actually only the 2, John.
Sorry about that.
It's so hard to tell in these courts. The glare does not make life easy as Tanner McGrew goes inside to extend the lead out to 4 again.
Yeah, it's the second time Bairstow has found McGrew inside for a great look, and you get McGrew the ball in that spot, he's not going to miss too often. Hill's three-pointer, that one's definitely a 3. Now it cuts it to 1, 29-28.
Yeah, the Phoenix really taking control of this second quarter here.
Bairstow's jumper is up and good. Jared Bairstow will hit that one all day if you give it to him.
Yeah, you give him an open shot anywhere around about that free throw line and he'll just sink those all day, every day.
Hogan with the acrobatic layup. It sat on the rim and then fell off. McGrew, three-pointer is off. Here comes Matt Kenyon. Now Donaldson, baseline jump shot is good. Coach Nate Tate filling in tonight for McDonough. McDonough traveling with the NBL All-Australian team in China.
Yeah, I think that game's on tonight as well, isn't it, Johnny? I think that one starts just around about the time this game finishes.
Tanner McGrew just hit another three-pointer. That's his third one tonight, increasing the Pirates' lead to 4. Hogan rattles home the jump shot, and Coach Nate Tate's going to get his timeout with his team up 34-32. We'll take a break with 5:35 to go in the first half. It's a Pirates lead of 34-32 over the Sunshine Coast Phoenix.
And we're back here at Hibiscus Sports Complex. 32-34, nice close game here as the Southwest Metro Pirates take on the Sunshine Coast Phoenix. Southwest just keeping their head above water as the Phoenix are playing an incredibly strong second quarter. They lead 13-17 this quarter. Southwest finding it a little bit harder to get points on the board.
And you see a bit of a 1-2-2 here from Sunshine Coast coming out of the timeout. Sinclair kicks it out to McGrew. He throws up a little floater that's off. Sunshine Coast, though, doing a better job in this second quarter here of getting the ball to players in the right positions. There's Hill with the left-handed hook shot. It's off. They're going to get Will Sinclair for the foul, so Hill is going to go back to the free throw line for a couple shots. That's Sinclair's second personal. It's the second team foul on Southwest. Hill can't get the ball to fall on the first shot. Looked like it was about to drop, but it fell off the side of the rim.
Yeah, just a little bit of an unlucky roll there. So can't bring the game to a draw, but he does bring it to within 1 point as he brings the Phoenix up to 33.
Verl Williams Jr. inside to McGrew, who finds a cutting Bairstow. Layup is off. Hill pulls it down. Bit of contact there. I think Bairstow thought he was going to get the foul call. He didn't.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of contact in underneath. He sort of ended up taking the shot almost at a 30-degree angle, so not an easy shot to take as Hill goes up for another three. That one rims out into the hands of Sinclair.
Yeah, now Vine's going to run things for the Pirates. Looking for McGrew, working against Hill. Great skip pass to Bairstow in the corner. Flips it up, it's off. Donaldson rips it down. Sinclair gets it out of his hand somehow. Vines winds up with it. His teardrop falls.
It wasn't pretty, but it worked.
I think everyone touched the ball within 3 feet of the rim.
Yeah, and I don't know how out of all those shots, Vines was the one that came into it. It looked like he almost shot it from chest high and faked the rest from there. Just somehow managed to lip over the side and roll in.
Hogan's going to fire a three that's short. I think Pheonix are starting to get away from what was working for them. It's almost a one-pass and shot offense now. Will Sinclair with the offensive rebound. He's blocked by Kenyon.
But they're going to say that it's a foul.
Yeah, they're going to give that foul to, I think they're going to give that one to Matty Donaldson. So credit Kenyon for the big block, but Sinclair got fouled before. He's going to go to line for a couple shots.
Yeah, Kenyon won't be too happy not getting the stat on the board.
It's a huge block, too. He just absolutely stuffed Sinclair. First free throw from Will Sinclair is good. Second one is off. McGrew chases down the rebound, though.
Vines, nice little drive on the inside, kicks it to Bairstow, gets blocked from behind by Donaldson, picks up his own rebound, goes back to the line, does it roll? It does roll in for two. Donaldson will pick up another foul.
Yep, Donaldson picked up that's his second personal. It's the fourth team foul on the Pheonix, the 15th foul, so they're now in the penalty. And Bairstow's at the line for a three-point play opportunity.
Yeah, there was a strong fight there from Bairstow. He sort of recognized early on that he had the mismatch, fought his way through, and just managed to get that last-minute roll into the basket.
So lead back up now to 7 for Southwest, 40-33. With just about 3:30 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, Southwest slowly starting to claw back that deficit that they had. Pheonix still leading the quarter at the moment, but Southwest 1 point behind.
Kenyon missed the three. Vines now gets the skip pass out to Verl Williams Jr. Three is up and off.
Kenyon powering down the court. Nice little skip pass up ahead. That one's to Fullerton, who gets the two.
Yeah, it was a great look there by Matt Kenyon. Really nice defensive rebound and push up the court from the young fella. And then Fullerton was the beneficiary of that great push. Vine's going to fire the wing three. That's good. You give it to Captain Vines, and he'll make you pay. Lead is 8.
Donaldson with a little bit of a stumble there. Manages to recover just before he takes the extra step for the travel. Fullerton, wing three. That one's drained.
Great hit there by Tom Fullerton. He's been struggling a bit with his outside shot, but he can definitely hit that one, as he did there. Bairstow in the corner. His shot is short. And then he loses the ball out of bounds. He stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, lead cut to 5, 38-43. Pheonix starting to make their way back again. Just cutting Southwest's momentum.
Yeah, I think Pheonix are doing a really good job giving everyone a few different opportunities. I still think they sometimes struggle in the half court. They get away from what works well. As Fullerton dumps it off for Donaldson, who puts it on the deck. Shot swatted by McGrew.
Yeah, big block there from McGrew. Williams Jr. now powering up the floor. He's going to go himself, splits the D and rolls it in for two.
Yeah, great finish there by Verl Williams Jr. The seas parted and he went right to the rack.
He will find any gap every time. Like if you lose your concentration for 2 seconds, his foot speed is just phenomenal. He will break that gap.
Fullerton going at Vines. Reverse layup blocked again by McGrew. Bit of contact. Not sure who they're going to give that one to. It looks like it's going to be a foul on Sunshine Coast.
So that one will go on Hogan, sending Southwest down for 2 shots.
Yeah,
but
Braylon
who's shooting? No idea.
Looks like it's going to be McGrew. Tanner McGrew wants to pump up his free throw attempts. He's only taken 2 so far tonight. He's hit them both. He's now a perfect 3 of 3. Make it 4 of 4.
So just over a minute and a half to go here in the second quarter. Southwest leading now by 9, if I can do maths correctly. Pheonix looking to cut that. Little turnaround pop shot from Hogan bounces out.
Great rebound there from Kenyon. He ripped it away from Tanner McGrew to give his team another opportunity at the basket.
Hogan goes left, kicks out to Fullerton. Pickpocketed by Williams Jr. Captain Vines on the fast break for 2.
Yeah, great hands there by Verl Williams Jr. coming up with the steal, and then Vines streaking down the court was the beneficiary of a great pass from Verl Williams Jr. Hogan's baseline jump shot is off, but he was fouled from behind by Verl Williams Jr. That's Verl's second personal foul. It's the 3rd team foul on Southwest.
Yeah, very unfortunate foul as well. You could see his hands intentionally drop down so he didn't get anywhere near the foul. Just happened to land on the hip of Hogan. Hogan's first goes in, bringing the lead back down to 10 for Southwest. It looks like Machado sitting down just in front of us, ready to sub in. Lead cut to 9. Williams Jr. out, and Machado comes on.
49-40 the lead. We've got about 40 seconds to go here in the first half. See if the Pirates go 2 for 1. Vines fires the 3. That's good. The captain, Ryan Vines, is into double digits. He's got 12, and the Pirates are up 12.
It's so good to see Vines hot tonight as well. I mean, he really struggled last week in that game against Rocky, and I think I was worried about how he might come in tonight as Bairstow gets a huge block on Hogan. I was worried about how Vines would fare after the game last week, missing the 3-point for the tiebreaker. But he's come out absolutely firing tonight.
We're going to give the captain, Ryan Vines, a flop warning as well. I don't understand.
I get it, but I hate it. Like, for me, flopping has been a big thing ever since. I don't know if you would remember or not, John. Several years ago, I watched an Australia v. I think it was New Zealand game at the Entertainment Centre, and Paddy Mills, who at the time I idolised, got a technical foul for the biggest flop I have ever seen in my entire life. So ever since then, I understand the flop warning because it ruins the game. Like, just falling over for the sake of it, it does ruin the game. No one comes to see that. But at the same time, it just detracts from it. It makes sense, but I hate it.
Yeah,
People just, it's not soccer. People just need to play the defense, take the hit. Play the way Bairstow's been playing. I mean, get your body on the line and take those charges.
Yeah, but the flop warning to me is, I understand it, I guess, but I just think it's a waste of a whistle, really. If it's a flop, call it a flop.
Yeah.
And don't call it or don't call the charge. That's it. I mean, that's sufficient enough in my book. But at the end of the day, when you call charges, you're going to get people trying to draw that call. So.
Yeah, absolutely. So that brings up the half, 40-52. Southwest managing to bring their lead out to 12. I mean, what a great last half of that quarter. I mean, Southwest really struggling early on, letting Pheonix get out to, I think, a 6-point lead in terms of the quarter itself. But they did really pull it back in the end. They did end up getting up for the quarter, 25 points to 21 for the quarter. But some amazing performances on the floor.
Yeah, Tanner McGrew's got the 19 points. He's also got 6 rebounds and assists. He's also got 2 block shots. The captain, Ryan Vines, 12 points on 5 of 9 shooting, 2 of 3 from 3. He also has 4 rebounds and 5 assists, so the captain almost halfway there to a triple-double if he can continue hitting the glass and dropping dimes. Verl Williams Jr. has 5 points. Will Sinclair's got 4. Bairstow's got 9. And then Jake Allen's got 3. That's everything for Southwest. They shot 46% from the field, 53% from 3, and 7 of 11 from the free throw line.
Yeah, and I just have to point it out, John, because he is by far my favorite player. I mean, Tanner McGrew shooting at 75% from field goals, which is 75% inside the paint, 75% from 3, and 100% from free throws. I mean, how often do you see a stat as high as 75 and 100% in shooting with 19 points?
Yeah, not too often. McGrew's definitely having himself a good night. We take a look at the Pheonix. They're led by Jeremy Hills, 10 points. He's also got 7 rebounds. Next up is Breland Hogan with 9 points, a rebound and 3 assists. And then Tom Fullerton's got 7. CJ Massengale's got 6. Donaldson has 2. Kenyon has 2. Toby Zaremba's got 3. And Hayden Reed has 1. Pheonix shot 37% from the field, 44% from 3, and they got to the free throw line 15 times, hitting 12 of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got ourselves a very, very good second half of basketball coming up. Similar to the women, I mean, Southwest tends to struggle in the third quarter. They come out of the break, and they just seem to lose that momentum. So if Phoenix can capitalize, I mean, they'll pull themselves back into this game within a couple of minutes. So it's going to be a very good finish to this game.
Yeah, it should be a great one. Hopefully both teams get their games in order and we get a nice, tight second half and a good game to call.
Yeah,
it's been good so far.
Definitely so. I mean, it was 12 minutes to go in the halftime break. We're going to take a quick rest, so by all means, jump away, grab a coffee, grab a drink, and we'll be back with you real soon, and we'll finish off this amazing QBL Round 11 action live from Hibiscus Sports Complex. And welcome back to Hibiscus Sports Complex as we just under a minute to go before we kick off the third quarter in the QBL Round 11 action between the Southwest Metro Pirates and the Sunshine Coast Pheonix. John, it's 40-52, Southwest up by 12. How do you see this quarter rolling out?
Well, I got to say, Southwest really pulled away towards the end there. They're doing it again a lot with the three-point shot, and it came back to bite them last week versus the Rockets. The three-point shot was falling. But then when they kind of cooled off, the game got away from them. So if I'm Southwest, I want to still look inside for Tanner McGrew and try and get Bairstow a few more looks, continue to attack the rim. Sunshine Coast Pheonix, again, we said it in that first half of action. I thought they did a really good job getting people the ball in spots where they can succeed. Tom Fullerton has a great matchup with Ryan Vines. If I'm the Pheonix, I'm going at Vines the whole time. But I think they got away from that at times, and then the Pirates extended that lead to 12. I think Sunshine Coast needs to run their half-court offense. Quite often they kind of just get caught up in that one-pass shot. They need to really work and look for good opportunities.
Yeah, definitely so. I think they felt like they got a little bit too comfortable as Tanner McGrew just drains another three-point shot.
Yeah, it's his fourth. He's 4 of 5 from 3 so far.
Yeah, Sunshine Coast, they really just need to recognize where McGrew is on the court at all times, and they need to have a hand in his face. I mean, he's making it look way too easy with the percentage he's shooting at.
Yeah,
but
Fullerton answers on the other end with his own three-pointer. Then they double McGrew.
And they need to keep doing that throughout the night. I mean, if the Pheonix want a chance, they need to double-team McGrew. Otherwise, he's just going to continue performing at a 75% hit rate.
Yeah, Will Sinclair was looking inside there for Bairstow. Got knocked out of bounds by Sunshine Coast. So Pirates have the ball underneath the Pheonix basket with 13 seconds on the shot clock.
McGrew almost looking like he wanted to take the three-point shot, but it'll rest in the hands with Vines. 5 seconds on the shot clock. In a little bit of trouble here, Southwest.
There's the shot clock violation. Great job there defensively by the Sunshine Coast Pheonix. They blitzed that pick and roll, double-teamed Ryan Vines, and Kenyon got his hands on the pass. So good job there by Sunshine Coast.
And they're going to have to keep up that kind of defensive pressure to keep in this game as well. I mean, they need to prevent the big hitters like Bairstow, Vines, McGrew from getting the easy buckets. And that nice double team up high with Tanner McGrew, and then that double pressure on Vines as well. I mean, that's exactly what they need to continue doing.
Verl Williams Jr. knocks it out of the hands of Kenyon, who turns it over.
Williams Jr. looks to go to the hole. Nice little inside handoff to McGrew.
Yeah, good block there by Fullerton on McGrew. McGrew, though, steals it. Goes inside to Sinclair, who lays it in.
A little bit of a messy play by both teams, but Southwest just managing to capitalize in the end.
Yeah, Pheonix really hurting themselves. They got a good stop. Then they turn it right back over, though.
Nice ball movement there from the Pheonix as well. A couple of nice quick passes to confuse the Southwest defense. Kenyon goes on the inside, but just takes the extra step for the travel.
Yeah, I do like that, though, from Matt Kenyon. I like him being aggressive, not settling for the jump shot. He's looking to get himself involved on the offensive end and attacking the glass.
Williams Jr. with it now. Nice little lob pass, just gets deflected away. I think that was by Hill.
Yeah, good deflection there by Hill. Now Hogan has it. Gets the screen from Hill, comes around, dumps it inside. It's stolen by Vines.
Yeah, nice vision there from Vines, just getting his hand in the path of the ball.
Sinclair had it ripped away by Hill. McGrew recovers and lays it in.
Yeah, Southwest really coming out dominant this quarter. I mean, they've managed to break it out to a lead of 16. Pheonix just struggling to prevent the Southwest scoring.
There's Fullerton again working against Vines. He's going to back his way in. Great look inside to Donaldson.
Yeah, that was a great offensive look. I mean, they noticed that Tanner McGrew stepped up to put the double team on. Nice little dish around past the open man on the other side of the key. That was great vision.
McGrew's hook shot is off. Kenyon comes down with it. Fullerton, top of the key three. It's short. Sinclair lost it. Kenyon recovers.
Hogan with it now. Nice little dish on the inside.
Great ball movement. Donaldson fires a three. It's too strong. Knocked out of bounds. It looks like it went off of Matt Kenyon.
It looks like he did a bit of damage on the way down as well. Just limping as he gets up.
A little shaken up there. Toby Zaremba is going to check in for Jeremy Hill. $14-point the lead here for Southwest, 59-45. Jake Allen getting set to check in for Southwest. Vines picks up his dribble. There's 8 now on the shot clock for Southwest. Vines going to fire a deep three. That's good. Right in the face of Matt Kenyon. That's Vines' third three-pointer of the night, his 15-point so far.
Yeah, Vines really finding his form for the three-point line this week. That's 75% for him, 3 from 4.
Donaldson gets called for the push and foul. It's the first team foul for Sunshine Coast. It's the third personal foul on Matt Donaldson.
Nice quick skip pass up the court from Williams Jr. Vines' three doesn't quite bounce in.
Yeah, it was definitely a heat check, that one.
Hogan pulls up, dishes out to Fullerton. His three bounces off the front of the rim.
Good hustle there by Donaldson, chasing down the offensive rebound. Zaremba now, top of the key three is off. Pheonix also starting to fall in love with the three-point shot.
Yeah, both teams really loving it from deep as Tanner McGrew spins on the inside, but a little bit too strong, bounces over the top. Manages to recover and skip it out to the captain.
Bairstow working against Zaremba. He misses. Then McGrew gets called for the foul, trying to grab that offensive rebound.
Yeah, unfortunate foul there, McGrew. I mean, he was trying to play the ball, just managed to get himself tangled up. A little bit of an unfortunate one, that.
CJ Massengale going to check in for Matt Donaldson. Pheonix have Hogan, Kenyon, Fullerton, Massengale, and Zaremba on the floor. Pirates answer with Verl Williams Jr., McGrew, Allen, Vines, and Bairstow. Massengale's three-pointers and air ball. Probably should have shot it on that first one.
I really liked what the Pheonix did on that play, though. I mean, they had both Fullerton and Massengale open for that three-point shot. They just drew the Southwest defensive players into the keyway and open up the outside. It's Williams Jr., nice little inside play there for the two.
Faked the pass, completely shook his defender, and teardropped it in. That was a great play there by Verl Williams Jr. Coach Braden Hetzelhurst takes the timeout. So we'll take one as well, with the Pheonix trailing the Southwest Metro Pirates 64-45.
And we're back here with you. 4 minutes 40 to go in the third quarter. Southwest just breaking away in the third quarter. They lead the Sunshine Coast Pheonix 64-45. This third quarter has been all important for Southwest. They're outscoring the Pheonix 12-5. It's managed to put on an extra 7 points.
And it was a good timeout from Coach Hesselhurst, because his team is starting to the game is starting to slip away from his team at the moment. They're down 19, and they're really struggling on the offensive end.
As Hogan stops and pops for a nice 2.
And it's a good pull-up jumper there from Breland Hogan. They need him to really step up and start putting the ball in the basket. Hogan then comes up with the steal. Kenyon recovers, back to Hogan. Layup is good.
Yeah, Hogan's been having a nice little game tonight. I mean, that brings up, I think, depending on how updated my stats are, I think that's the 13th points for Hogan. So he's having quite a good game.
Yeah, Hogan is the leading scorer for the Sunshine Coast Pheonix at the moment with those 13. Great look inside. Williams Jr. to Tanner McGrew to lay it in. And then the Pheonix turn it over.
Yeah, Southwest with all the momentum this quarter.
Southwest, though, turns it right back over as the pass goes out of bounds.
"17 points is the difference. Pheonix ball. Hogan really trying to lead things here for the Pheonix as he kicks out to Kenyon, who stops and dishes back. Hogan with the 2. Can't quite convert, but inside rebound and 2 points. That coming from Zaremba.
Yeah, good recovery there by Toby Zaremba. Breland Hogan was trying to play it off like he passed that ball, but it was definitely an air ball.
It was definitely a shot.
He was quite happy that Zaremba recovered and finished plus the foul.
Yeah, I think Hogan's doing a really good job at the moment in terms of leading this team. He's making the right defensive decisions and passing the ball around to where it needs to go. So I think if he just continues performing, he's going to give the Pheonix the best possible opportunity to claw themselves back into this game.
Yeah, at the moment he's their most consistent scorer as McGrew fires and hits another 3. He's just got it absolutely going on, that jump shot. I mean, he missed 1. He's 5 of 6, though, from 3 so far tonight.
Yeah, such impressive stats coming out of Tanner McGrew. I mean, he's probably looking at player of the week again if he keeps performing at this rate. Fullerton kicks out to Kenyon. Once again, Hogan, little inside jumper, clawed from behind by McGrew.
There's a great block there by McGrew. Allen's pass is knocked out of bounds, though. That was Zaremba getting his hands on the ball. Bairstow is going to check back in. Ryan Vine's going to get a breather. Pards have Williams Jr., Machado, Bairstow, Allen, and McGrew. Bairstow goes at the defense. Layup is good. Bairstow created some contact, but still able to finish through it.
Yeah, it's a strong little inside play there where you can intentionally draw the contact from the defense without getting the offensive foul, but just making enough contact to get the shot over the top.
Hogan's wing 3 is up. It's too strong. Battle for the rebound. Kenyon gets down for it. And then they're going to get Bairstow with the reach-in foul. Kenyon, if you look at his statistics, you'd think, well, he's definitely having a quiet night statistically, but 8 rebounds, 6 assists. So he's doing a lot of little things, and those hustle plays, those don't get marked down on the score sheet, but it's just a great sign to see Matt Kenyon contributing in every way he possibly can.
Yeah, he's just not getting the ball in his hands at the right time to get the shot. I mean, he's only taken 4 shots tonight, which is very, very unlike, you've got NBL quality talent. As we speak, Kenyon pulls in for a nice little 3-point shot. But he's not,
beat the buzzer.
Being the NBL player that he is, I mean, you think that he would have more than 5 chances to shoot the ball in 3 quarters of basketball.
Verl Williams Jr. missed that shot. Kenyon has been struggling to score throughout this season here for Sunshine Coast Pheonix. He's been quite timid offensively as well as McGrew comes up with the steal. Verl Williams Jr. layup is good. The great finish there by Verl Williams Jr.
Yeah, reading the defense and very unusual kind of shot technique to steer away from the defense, but it worked for him.
Zaremba going to fire another 3. That's short. Those are the ones that really hurt the Pheonix. It was a one pass and a shot. As opposed
Tanner
to McGrew hitting another one. You see Verl Williams Jr. attacking the paint, drawing the defense, and kicking out, as opposed to Toby Zaremba just getting a handoff and firing a three. It's a big difference there, and the Pirates capitalizing. They're up now 21. Timeout taken on the floor, so we'll take one as well. 76-55 the lead for the Pirates over the Pheonix here.
One minute 16 to go in the third quarter here as Southwest is very, very rapidly pulling this game out of Sunshine Coast Phoenix's hands. Johnny, we were just talking, Tanner McGrew, 32 points, shooting from an absolutely astounding percentage, 73% from two and 85% from the three-point line.
He just has it all going on tonight. A lot of the damage from beyond the three-point line. He's 6 of 7 from three. He's only missed 4 shots the whole night. And Sunshine Coast just has absolutely no answer for McGrew. As Allen misses, gets his own rebound. There's 6 on the shot clock. Vine splits the D, gets to the rack, and lays it in.
And there's another player that's having an absolute ripper of a night as well. I mean, those brought up Vine's 17th point for the night as well. Having an absolute blinder after last week, where from memory he only scored about 6.
Yeah, Vine struggled last week versus Rockhampton. Tonight he's got the 17 points. So he's also doing it, creating for others. He's got 5 assists and 4 rebounds. CO2 Maeve just checked in for Sunshine Coast. Hayden Reed in there as well. He's got the ball now. Kenyon has it. Over to Massengale. His three-pointer is good. CJ Massengale off the nice pass there from Matty Kenyon. Taking a look at some of the scores out of town. Vine's three is good. The captain hits the three-point shot to beat the end of the quarter. And Southwest is going to go into the break up 21, 81-60. They are making it rain from deep tonight.
Yeah, huge quarter there for the Southwest Pirates, pulling themselves from a 12-point lead coming into the quarter, extending that by an extra 9 to bring it to a total of 21. Huge quarter of basketball there. It'll be an interesting finish in the fourth. We're going to have a quick break, but we'll be right back with you shortly with more live QBL Round 11 action. And welcome back to Hibiscus Sports Complex as we get ready to kick off the final quarter of the Southwest Metro versus Sunshine Coast Pheonix game. Before we commence, Johnny, take us to the out-of-bound score bench. What's going on?
Yeah, Rockhampton got a win over the USC Rip in Rockhampton, 105-96. Looks like Gladstone is going to get a win over Ipswich in Ipswich. It's 98-94 with about 8 seconds to go. And then those are the two games tonight. The Capitals and Heat game got canceled due to that fog last night, so the 3 games, they all have finals implications. Bairstow was fouled from behind. And you give that foul to Matt Kenyon. Rockhampton has picked up 2 wins this weekend. Excuse me, just the one, I should say.
Bairstow managed to fight through that one to get the nice little easy inside 2. Coach Tate asking about the foul. Looked like he was ripped on the arm before he went up for the shot. Sunshine Coast looking to reply with Massingale's 3 just bouncing out.
Yeah, if Gladstone's able to get that win over Ipswich, it'll be their second win this weekend too. So pretty successful weekend for the Port City Power. And unfortunately, their struggles for Ipswich continue. And the Rip dropped their 2 games. They traveled. One of the knocks on USC Rip has been that they've played a majority of their games at home. They went on the road this weekend. They lost a 103-96 loss to Mackay last night, and then tonight dropped a 105-96 decision to the Rockhampton Rockets. So Rockhampton, they're on a bit of a roll too. They finally got their full squad together. They're just sitting outside of the 8 at the moment, but they can sneak in. They could be a dangerous team, that Rocky team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the top of the ladder in the QBL men's competition is absolutely astounding. I mean, there are some big scores happening, and there's a lot of really, really tough games. I mean, you know, as much as it sucks that USC went down both games, to stick within 5 points of Mackay is absolutely huge. There's not a lot of teams in the QBL that can do that. I mean, that Mackay team only losing 1 game so far. I mean, to be able to stay within 5 with the players that they have on the court is massive.
Reed drains a 3 for Sunshine Coast. The lead is 20, though, for Southwest. 8:30 to go in the game. And that Gladstone game did go final. It was a 100-94 win for Gladstone.
As Bairstow steps back for a long 3, manages to drain that, extending the lead to 23.
Yeah, you mentioned just before Tanner McGrew might be on his way to Player of the Week this week with the huge stats, but Ray Willis in the Gladstone win over Ipswich went for 46 points, 5 rebounds and 3 assists. So he might be up there in contention as well.
Yeah, I don't think as much as I'd love to see McGrew get it 2 weeks in a row, I don't think he's going to be able to pop 16 points on the board between now and the end of the game.
Well, he could definitely go for the double-double. He's got the 32 points and 8 rebounds to go with 3 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. I mean, that's a pretty good. It's a pretty good line there from Tanner McGrew as well.
As we see a couple of substitutes for the Pheonix, veteran Michael Goff coming on.
Kenyon flips one up and in. 88-67 the lead. 7:30 to go in the game. The pass inside is knocked out of bounds by Maava. So it'll stay with Southwest here. Vines wants a screen from McGrew. He gets one. Little in and out dribble, kicks it out to Gamble. Now McGrew with 7 on the shot clock. They're going to say he traveled. Terrell Harrison going to check in for Jared Gamble. He's a big boy.
Yeah, 7'1", I think he is.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad for his age either. I mean, he's not exactly an old kid either.
Is he 17, 18, I think?
Yeah, 18, I believe he is. So 7 foot at 18 years old. He's got a long career ahead of him.
Vines they work it around to Allen. He'll step into a three that's too strong. McGrew offensive rebound goes inside to Machado, who finishes plus the foul. 10 to Kai Machado. Finished through the Matt Donaldson contact.
Yeah, Southwest is doing everything right in this last half of basketball here tonight. Every opportunity to score, they're just capitalizing, and getting those fouls as well is just an additional bonus. But really, really big credit to Southwest tonight.
They've been really impressive, led by Tanner McGrew, the beast. There he is. Wing three is up. It's short. Harrison can't get the rebound. He'll get called for the foul on Matt Kenyon.
Kenyon with it, kicks inside to Donaldson.
Reed on the wing, he'll fire another three that's short. Vines picks it up for Southwest. No look pass to McGrew, and they'll reset. Vines tried to find Harrison. It's knocked out of bounds by Sunshine Coast. 11 seconds to go on the shot clock. I want to see Harrison just get up and yam one.
Yep, this nice little windmill dunk.
McGrew turnaround is off. Good pass up ahead. What a block there by Jake Allen. Mayava recovers and steps out of bounds, though.
Sounds like a little bit of a warning going out for Donaldson as well. Not too sure what it was in regards to.
I think they gave Matt Kenyon a warning because he shot the ball after the whistle.
Oh, is that what it was? I thought
Yeah.
they said 15. I was like, what did he do?
Here's McGrew again looking for the three-pointer. We've got ourselves a wedgie.
Yeah, McGrew's struggling in this fourth quarter. He's come from shooting an incredible percentage, barely missing, to sort of coming off a little bit cold in this fourth quarter. Missing 3 from 3 so far.
Well, his team is up 23 points. Luckily, at this point in time, they don't necessarily need him to continue the hot shooting. The rest of his teammates have really stepped up as well, haven't they?
Yeah, they definitely have. I mean, Southwest still maintaining their 20-plus point lead into this fourth quarter. It's 1 second on the shot clock. Williams Jr. tries to go for the layup, but gets blocked. That block going to Reed.
And Donaldson now working against Harrison. Out to Kenyon. Kenyon gets in the paint. Layup is no good, but he's fouled, so he'll go to the line for a couple shots. That's what you got to see out of Matty Kenyon. You want to see him slash into the bucket.
Yeah, and that's probably been the disappointment about Kenyon's performance tonight, is he hasn't had those opportunities to go to the basket. I mean, he's got such a high potential, but at the moment, I mean, he's only sitting on where's his stat once I actually find it? He's only sitting on 7 points. And he's only taken about maybe 10 shots, so less than a dozen shots for 7 points. He just hasn't had enough opportunities to actually get some points on the board.
Hit his free throws, though, so his team's down 21, 90-69. We've got about 5 minutes to go in the game.
Nice inside look there for Allen. Couldn't quite get his handles on it. Reed comes out with it on the fast break. Nice little skip pass over to Kenyon, who converts and will go for the line for an extra.
Yeah, great creativity there by Reed. He pushed it till the very last second and kicked it inside to Kenyon. Kenyon finished through the contact. And that's, again, got to try and build the confidence for Matt Kenyon. He's struggling to score the ball, get him some easy looks like that, and a good job there by Reed pushing the pace.
Yeah, it's all about that movement in these kinds of games. Like when you're down by a significant amount. It's all about ball movement. It's looking for the right opportunities, not panicking and rushing, but looking for that kind of pass that leads to the bright open player. So we see Machado get fouled by Goff.
A bit over aggressive there from Goff. He went for the double team, just a bit too aggressive trying to get the steal. Alley-oop to McGrew. He missed the dunk.
Just a little bit too far away from the basket on that one. He couldn't quite get his hands around the ball properly to get it in.
Vines checking in for Machado. It's a good look from Allen to McGrew. Kenyon with it now for the Pheonix. Hands off Maava's baseline jump shots off. Offensive rebound, Donaldson. He goes at the defense, but he travels before.
Definitely not happy with that call either. Couple of words exchanged between Donaldson and the referee. Williams Jr. with it now.
Here comes Harrison putting it on the deck. A lot of contact. Winds up with Verl Williams Jr. His three-pointer rattles home. Then the pass up ahead. Recovered by Donaldson. He throws it out of bounds off of Tanner McGrew. 4:12 to go. 93-72 the lead for Pirates over Pheonix. Maava swatted away by McGrew. And they kick ahead to Jake Allen. Euro step finish with the right hand from Jake Allen.
Yeah, what a passage of play there for Southwest. I mean, you got a huge block down one end. Nice open transition down the court for an easy bucket.
Maava going in again. He's blocked another time, that time by Harrison.
Yeah, McGrew looking like he got a bit of a swat to the face in the process as well.
Reed's jump shot is nice. (95-74). Yeah, McGrew definitely got an elbow right to the face. He finds Allen in the left corner for three. That's off. Vines offensive rebound. Stripped, though, by Goff. Goff kicks it ahead for Matt Kenyon. He steps out of bounds. Zaremba's going to come in for Maava. Vines pass for Verl Williams Jr. He can't handle it.
Yeah, a little bit overzealous. The kid's got jumps, but not quite that good.
Just a bit too strong, a little too high and a bit too strong. Pass for Reed, though, goes out of bounds. (95-74), 3:10 to go. Another turnover from Southwest. That's back-to-back turnovers now for the Pirates. Kenyon has it going on the left wing. He's fouled there by Harrison. That's the 15th foul on Southwest. So that's going to send Kenyon to the line for a couple shots. McGrew and Vines going to check out. Pang and Gamble checking in for Southwest. That should probably be it for McGrew and the captain.
Yeah, I think Southwest realizes that they've got this one in the bag. Time to get the young guys on the court. I don't think Pang stepped on tonight so far.
I thought it was Ryan Vines who was checking out, but it was actually Jake Allen.
I thought it was Vines as well. A little bit of confusion with the subs coming onto the court here.
Yeah, Fullerton and Hogan getting set to check in for Sunshine Coast. So Donaldson checks out, as does Kenyon. 95-76 the lead for Southwest. Vines goes left, shoots right, and he's way off. Reed's going to fire the wing three. That rattles home. Hayden Reed has been pretty good in the second half here for the Pheonix. Been probably one of the lone bright spots here in the second half for Sunshine Coast.
Yeah, Reed's had quite a good little game. I mean, that three-point shot there got him over the double digits to put him on 11.
That's the 15th foul there as Breland Hogan fouls Verl Williams Jr. So Verl Williams Jr. is going to go to the free throw line for a couple shots as well. And then Coach Braden Hesselhurst picks up the technical foul to double up on the negative aspects. Negative call, sorry.
Yeah, look, I think it's one of those things. He's been a little bit frustrated all game, so it's kind of finally all boiled over and gone to him a little bit. So there was no major malice in it. He knew what he did.
Yeah.
But just on your last comment about Reed there, John, I mean, Sunshine Coast really doing a good job of spreading the ball and spreading the points load tonight as well. I mean, looking at the stats, they've got 6 players in double digits. So you've got Kenyon leading on 14, Hogan on 13, Fullerton 10, Hill 10, Reed 11, and Massingale 11. I mean, it's not often that you see a point spread in double digits across 6 players.
Yeah, I mean, but what they really need is that they needed someone to step up and carry them at points, and none of those guys have really been able to do that.
Yeah, and look, and I think that's the position where, from tonight's game, it needed to be either Kenyon or Hogan. I mean, one of those boys needed to step up and take control of the game and take control of the point scoring. And it didn't happen, and it let them down a little bit in that third quarter where they really did start to slip with their points.
Williams, yeah.
Losing control just at the top of the shot there, letting the ball slide out of his hands.
Yeah, it's a shot clock violation against the Pirates, I should say. 98-79 lead. We're now under 2 minutes. But you look at the numbers, and Pheonix shot 40% from the field, 36% from three, and they were 18 of 21 from the free throw line. I think what really hurt them, though, was they had 18 turnovers, so that never helps. And they allowed the Pirates to shoot 49% from the field, 53% from three-point land. I think tonight the problem, we mentioned that the Pheonix struggled to score, but tonight I think the biggest problem been their defense. Harrison lost it, and then stole it back.
Working off his own mistake, always good to see.
Yeah, but Pheonix will have to look at the other end. They didn't really have an answer. They couldn't slow down Tanner McGrew, and the Pirates as a team just shot the ball extremely well. Like we said, 50% from the field, from three-point land, and nearly 50% from the field.
Yeah, I mean, Pheonix did a pretty good job of shutting down McGrew this quarter. I mean, he hasn't scored yet in this fourth quarter, so they have sort of managed to reduce the impact that McGrew's had in this fourth quarter. But I guess the big thing about this Southwest team is they are quite deep. I mean, you take out Tanner McGrew, they still have the likes of Vines, Williams Jr. I mean, they've still got a lot of players. I mean, Bairstow as well. They've got a lot of players that have that power to take control of the team and really drive the scoring.
And Bairstow had a good game. They don't. He can carry the team if necessary, but they didn't need him to do that tonight. And it's just good to have him back on the floor, contributing both offensively and defensively and healthy. Let's hope that he can stay healthy.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, he's really, if Southwest want to have a chance in the finals playoff, they're going to need Bairstow to perform. I mean, from memory, I think he's only played one game this season so far. And this game he's come out with 16 points and 5 rebounds already. I mean, he's going to have a huge impact on their finals possibilities and then moving forward through the quarters and the semis.
Curl's going to fire a three. That's good. That puts the Pirates into triple figures, 101-82. And Regan, you've got the Pirates hosting the Brisbane Capitals tomorrow morning. That should be really good couple games in the women and the men.
Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting game tomorrow morning, especially in the men. The women's game, I think, will be interesting. I've got a feeling the Capitals will probably take it away from the Southwest women, especially with the way the girls played today as well. I mean, they're going to come out already tired, on top of the fact that the game they played today, they looked tired. So I think the women might be an easy victory for Brisbane. I don't want to put too much of a jinx on them now, but seeing the way Southwest played tonight, it'll be interesting to see.
And the men's game will be pretty good too. You look ahead though to next weekend. The Pheonix will host the Brisbane Capitals on Saturday night, the 15th of July, and Southwest is back here again next Saturday night, taking on the Ipswich Force. Ipswich and Southwest is always a bit of a rivalry between those two teams, so it should definitely be a couple of pair of good games as well next weekend.
Yeah, it definitely will, and that'll be a really good one to work on as well, Johnny. I mean, that's going to be a great game to call.
Checking in for Southwest is Callum Benny for Harrison. So we've got about 15 seconds to go here. Looks like it'll be, well, it will be the Pirates win. But pretty impressive performance from Southwest. I think they got things going right from the get-go, and they never really let up. So you'd have to be happy if you're Pirate fan and Coach Danner. I'm sure he'd be checking in China to see his troops pick up a really big win, and an impressive win at that. It was a game that they probably should have won, and they handled their business. They didn't let the Sunshine Coast Pheonix really get into this game at all, and they just did a great job.
Yeah, absolutely, John. I mean, they had such a great game, and it's probably one of the highest scoring games that Southwest has had this season as well. There was just a lot of things that went right for the Southwest boys tonight, and they did play a phenomenal game. Having Bairstow back on the floor has had a huge impact as well, and not only from the 16 points that he personally scored, but from some of the assists as well. I mean, 5 assists, I think most of those going into McGrew on the inside, the two bigs working together to really draw all those points into the keyway. I mean, they played fantastically as a team, and I think that's only going to grow stronger as they get more games together.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think it was a really good performance. McGrew, impressive for the second week in a row. He'll finish with that double-double, 32 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. He had 2 steals and 4 blocks. Captain Ryan Vines had 20 points, 9 rebounds and 7 assists, so he wasn't too far off that triple-double. Verl Williams Jr. finished with 15 points, 4 rebounds and 6 assists. Bairstow had the 16 points. It's just good to have him back. He had 5 rebounds and 5 assists. I mean, that's a theme here for Southwest. They had 37 buckets, 29 assists on 37 made shots. So that's really impressive. It really, really shows you the type of game that Southwest played tonight. Yeah,
definitely so. And, I mean, they shot at such a high percentage as well. I mean, they converted on every opportunity they could, converting 48% from the field, of which 53% from beyond the arc. I mean, it's those kinds of stats that win games, and not only win games, but win championships. If they can keep shooting at such a high percentage and they make their way into the final series, they could give the likes of your Mackays and your Rockies a real run for their money if they keep up that kind of stat.
Yeah, and don't forget, they are missing Jeremy Kendall tonight, so that's he's a talented guy, and he's another weapon for Southwest, so you add him to the mix, and they're going to be in there, but they need to take care of business, and they need to make sure that they win the games that they should win like they did tonight.
Yeah, definitely so. And then looking down the other end of the floor, look, Sunshine Coast, they're a great little team. I mean, they've got a lot of good things going for them. I think their biggest letdown tonight was their defense and not recognizing where Southwest's performance was coming from. I mean, it took them 3/4 of the game to realize that they needed to shut down McGrew, and they restricted him from scoring in the 4th. But it just took a little bit too long to recognize, the point-scoring capabilities of, McGrew and of Vines, and coming out to those 3-point shots. You know, but even then, like, you've still got some great talent on there. I think Hogan led all scoring on 17 points with 4 assists as well. You got Matty Kenyon coming up second with 14 points, 10 rebounds as well, 8 assists. So Matty Kenyon, again, it may not have all come in the points, but 10 rebounds and 8 assists, sorry. I mean, he almost had a triple-double.
Yeah.
You got Reed on 11 points as well, Massingale 11 points. And then you've got Hill, Fullerton all on 10 as well. So a very good point spread from Pheonix. But as you sort of said, that's really great as a backup plan. But you need one player to really take control and lead the scoring. It's always well and good when you have a team full of point scorers, but you need someone to take charge and just make sure that you can consistently knock down buckets and in quick succession.
Yeah, and unfortunately Pheonix didn't have that tonight. It was a tough loss for them, 101-84. What can you say? The Pheonix, they're going to, unless they get really hot, they're going to be sitting there on the outside looking in at the moment. I don't know if they're officially eliminated, but they'd be pretty close to it at this point in time. And Southwest has a pretty favorable schedule for them in this stretch run towards the finals. So they need to take care of business. They did it tonight, and they'll move on, and they have a tough assignment tomorrow, though, the Pirates.
Yeah, definitely so, and we will have that game for you as well. So make sure you tune into those games. We've got 2 and 4 p.m., so 2 o'clock for the women, 4 o'clock for the men. I will be covering that game again, so if you do have the time on a Sunday and you're not doing anything, by all means, get down to the stadium. I mean, it's going to be a great atmosphere in here against Brisbane. It always is a huge rivalry. Otherwise, make sure you do tune in. Otherwise, another great game that you're covering tomorrow night as well, Johnny. I mean, you got 2 and 4 o'clock out of Spartans covering their games against Townsville. So it's a big day of basketball tomorrow. There's a lot of important games.
Yeah, both games will be, both of the streamed games, my games as Spartans and Townsville, and your games here with Southwest and the Brisbane Capitals. They all have finals implications. So tune in to both. Even better if you can come down to the stadium, check it out live. The QBL, it's a great competition. It's really exciting. And what else you got to do on a Sunday afternoon?
Yeah, exactly it. I mean, I almost had to spend my Sunday in Melbourne, but where else would I rather be than a basketball stadium? Let's be honest, it's pretty much my life. But that'll wrap it up for tonight, guys. So just running through, it was 101-84. Southwest Metro Pirates getting the win over the Sunshine Coast Pheonix. Make sure if you do get the opportunity, do tune into one of our streams tonight. We don't care which one, do we, Johnny? We're all working towards the same goal of just creating a community of online basketball. So 2 and 4 p.m., either Districts versus Townsville or Southwest Metro versus Brisbane. I've been Regan Baker. John Guarna, as always, an absolute pleasure working with you. Got to shout out a big thanks to Corey Donaldson, my cameraman that's helped us out today as well. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Have a great night.